I'm Dr. Robert Bosnecker at the College of Charleston and the Mace Brown Museum of Natural History. Today is National Megalodon Day. Here I am with our juvenile Megalodon jaws. Fossils of Carcharicles megalodon are quite common fossils in the southeast, including here in Charleston, South Carolina. We find lots of their teeth, but there are no real sightings of a megalodon-sized shark. So how do we know exactly when it went extinct? Why don't we talk for a few minutes about our findings in a paper where we analyzed the fossil record of Carcharicles megalodon in an attempt to date the timing of its extinction.
Before moving to South Carolina to start my job at College of Charleston, I did a lot of field work in the Parissima Formation of Northern California. One of the localities I studied was the Upper Parissima Formation, which was from the Pliocene, so roughly about 2 to 4 million years old. I noticed that there were no teeth of Carcharicles megalodon, but lots of great white shark teeth. In 2007, while prospecting in the Lower Parissima Formation, about 6 to 7 million years old, I found a single really large megalodon tooth and ancestral great white shark teeth, which got me wondering, why is it not present in the Upper Parissima Formation? Over the next few years, some colleagues and I started surveying museum collections in California to sort of estimate when the fossil record of Megalodon terminates in California. And we mostly found that the youngest records dated between 3 and 4 million years old at the youngest. These are teeth from Northern California, Southern California, and Baja California. Now, how do we know how old fossils are? We can use either geochronology or biochronology. Geochronology on the left, we've got a megalodon tooth there. If we find, say, for example, a radiometric date of 6.7 million years below, and say, for example, an ash date or paleomagnetic date of 4.2 million years above, we know that the tooth is about 4.2 to 6.7 million years in age. This is a best case scenario. We can also use biochronology, i.e. looking at the fossils associated with megalodon teeth. So, for example, if we have species A and species B, and we know from other fossil sites how old they are, largely based on other information like geochronology, we can figure out when those two species overlapped in time. And that overlap in time is how old that fossil assemblage is. So these are two different ways of using the rock record and the fossils preserved within the rocks to identify the age of individual fossils. If you do that a lot, you can run statistical analyses, which is exactly what we did here. So these are just some, not all, some of the fossil occurrences worldwide. We decided that in order to date the extinction of Megalodon, we needed to look beyond California. So we reevaluated much of the fossil occurrences of Megalodon by using those prior two methods. When we analyzed all of these different dates, we ended up with this graphic here. And so we've got 4 million years on the lower left and 3.2 million years on the lower right. And then the other axis, the y-axis, is 0 to 100% probability of Megalodon going extinct at any one of those points in time. To digest it a little bit easier, at roughly 4 to 4.1 million years is the earliest possible extinction according to our analysis. Around 3.6 million years is the most likely extinction date, which is the peak on that graph. And at roughly 3.2 million is the latest possible extinction. So this gives us an extinction between roughly 3 and 4 million years, most likely about 3.6 million years ago, which tells us that Megalodon is dead as a doornail and has been for several million years. The obvious question is, who done it? Based on the timing, we think the culprit behind the extinction of Carcharicles megalodon may have been the modern great white shark Carcharodon carcharias, which we think was probably a pretty effective competitor. Despite being a fraction of the size, it would have competed with juvenile megalodon sharks. Carcharodon carcharias evolved in the Pacific about 7 to 5 million years ago and achieves a worldwide distribution overlapping completely with Megalodon during the early Pliocene, roughly 3 to 4 million years. So the timing of this worldwide expansion of Carcharodon is probably what did it in. So in summary, some of the records that we found were probably reworked. That's that red X, false late records. All of the genuine records terminate at about 3.6 million years. So Megalodon has been extinct for just over 3 million years. Thanks for tuning in.